I think a lot of people probably on the early stages growing, all the way through for a while, I think they will wonder if making your super soil and re-amending your soil in between grows and during your grow is the same thing. And relatively it is. Relatively it is pretty much the same thing. You're going to have a slightly different mindset when you're initiating your soil, but you're just starting your soil off in the beginning when you're making your super soil with the mindset of where your plants are at, right? And you're putting certain things in there that break down over time a certain way so that they become available as the plant goes from veg to flower, or they amend the soil a certain way because they're looking for a certain outcome, right? And that's where the master grower or grower understand their soil and how they mix and amend their soil, initially creating their initial super soil. But then when they start their grow, they will, more often than not, the growers will keep re-amending their soil, which means adding things on the top of their soil or re-amending their soil in between grows. Either way, though, creating the super soil, it is really just adding things into your soil to help create your humic layer, right? And because of how soil biology works, what you add in, remember, it's not fertilizer for your plants. It is fertilizer for your soil, or is food for your bacteria, whatever you want to call it, that then becomes fertilizer for your plants. So, the thought of overdoing something, yes, you could overdo dry amendments, but it is normally when you're adding things in that are very water soluble, which is like blood meal. There's not a lot of dry amendments that are water soluble quickly that can possibly affect your plants. Most of the stuff, it takes about a week to 10 days for your bacteria to begin to break it down. So, rarely can you over fertilize. You can, but even when you use dry amendments, obviously though, because bacteria do water solubilize the dry amendments, you can over time build up excess salts, but that is caused normally through irregular watering patterns, or not adding more water as the plants grow and mature over time, right? It's salt buildup, just because that's what bacteria do. Bacteria water solubilize the dry amendments, but they only solubilize what the plants are going to need within a 24-hour period. It's a much more forgiving experience than using synthetic fertilizer. So, going back to that original question, is building your initial super soil and adding amendments throughout your grow, or amending your soil, are they the same thing? In my viewpoint, they are, because making your super soil is just amending your soil, right? And you're just amending your soil with a certain mindset. The grower might be amending their soil because they've been reusing their soil for years and years. Other growers might be amending the soil for a single season initially, or amending their soil for plants that are in veg. And then they start to amend their soil as the plants go into transition flowering. So, I would recommend to check out our other video, Mastering Dry Amendments, because it walks people through how I recommend people initially to create their super soil, and also how to keep re-amending their soil so their soil stays super all the way through. I hope you like this video. Please remember to like, share, subscribe. Have a great grow, everyone.